What's up, everybody? It's your boy Everton, and I've been rocking the Fitbit Ionic and testing it for about 1 week. Here are 5 things that you should know about this good-looking fitness tracker. The build quality. Excellent. Is really well done. In fact, the entire hardware is great. I've banged this thing around, like, not on purpose, but I'm just not the most gentle with technology, but it still looks great. The physical buttons on the watch are textured so you can easily identify them, and they have good travel and good tactility. The bands are thick and look more like a traditional watch, except for the end where you can latch the end of it so it doesn't dangle all over the place during your more intensive workouts. Also, outdoor visibility was really good, so outdoor workouts were no issue. The software experience was decent, but kind of laggy at times to touch. Now, it's not really a super big deal. Just the swipes and touch would have just a slight bit of delay, not enough to turn me off, but enough for me to notice it. I was able to get read access notifications, so things like phone calls and text messages that came through, they came through with ease, but I really wasn't able to interact with those functions from the watch, just kind of get those notifications. Now, the watch did come with a few starter apps such as Pandora and Starbucks, but I really don't use those apps, but it also does have the ability to pay via NFC, so wireless payments are functional. But the software really wasn't what stood out to me with this watch. It's the plethora of workout and fitness/health options. As for right now, the watch is 95% fitness watch. Maybe in the future it can get more complex and diverse in what it can do, but as of today, it's overwhelmingly a fitness watch first versus being a smartwatch. The heart rate monitor was off, and I mean way off. I was on a treadmill, heart rate pumping, sweat gushing, and the Ionic told me that my heart rate was 102 beats per minute, but the treadmill told me that my heart rate was 152 beats per minute. That's a 50 beat per minute difference. That's literally the difference between light jogging and a full-on sprint. It could also mean the difference between sitting on the couch and doing nothing versus doing jumping jacks. It's basically a huge deal to be that off. Other fitness monitors that I've used were a lot closer to that treadmill than the Fitbit Ionic. Full disclosure, this is just my experience. It could just be this watch, but this is my experience. Battery life. It actually lasted the full 5 days. I got a low battery notification on the 5th day toward the end of the day. And I use the watch pretty much normally. I worked out 4 times for about an hour each, and I had it on auto brightness. I use it throughout the day to check on notifications, checking the time, checking my heart rate, etc. And it pretty much lasted, so I'm pretty happy with the battery life. That's what's up. Auto tracking of workouts. It never worked for me. One of the features that comes with the watch is that it's supposed to be able to auto detect when I start working out. So I jogged outdoors, I lifted weights, did jumping jacks, and the watch was never able to detect when I start working out. I'm not sure why, but it just didn't. I checked all the settings, auto tracking was turned on for jogging, and side note, yes, the firmware was updated, and I did have GPS on. My guess is how this would work would be in combination with a gyrometer, maybe the heart rate sensor to track the constant heart rate and any drastic changes, and movement with GPS, but it just never worked for me. This can be potentially the best fitness tracker that I've ever tested, and it's very impressive. Now, I know that I had some issues with it, but I think that these things can be fixed with either a software update, or if it's a widespread problem with multiple watches, then the manufacturer can make some adjustments to address those issues. But the addition for third-party developers to make apps can definitely push this as the most dominant fitness tracker ever. But I think we should acknowledge one thing. It's overwhelmingly a fitness tracker and not so much a smartwatch at this point. I left some additional noteworthy items about the watch in the description, so check that out. Also, if you want to get real-time opinions of me using the gadgets I get before posting the review on YouTube, follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Links to all my social networks will be in the description. Until next time, stay practical. Peace.